The great Doug Hannon, who sadly passed away a couple years ago, known as the bass professor, used to say that fishing a lake was taking a still picture. Fishing a river was a moving picture, was a motion picture. It was a video, because you're constantly on the move. I have been a largemouth bass fisherman in Florida for a long time. I fish the river like it's a river, to me. I float in a canoe at 1 mile an hour and cast and catch bass along the way. And let me tell you, when you're floating downstream in a canoe and you're fighting any type of bass 5 pounds or bigger, and you're by yourself and you're spinning around in a swift current, it's a very exciting thing. It was 1973 before I ended up in this area, and that was the beginning of my explorations and fishing and hunting and hiking and camping and canoeing on the Ocklawaha River basin. It took a while after Rodman Dam was built for the fish population to start to plummet, and it's been plummeting ever since. So Rodman Dam, also since renamed as Kirkpatrick Dam, has had a real negative impact on fish populations all the way up into Silver Springs. Back in 1961, fishery biologists determined that only 2 waterway river systems in Florida, the Apalachicola River and the St. Johns River, they were the only 2 systems in Florida that contained naturally reproducing stocks of native striped bass. They were endemic to those river systems. Rodman Dam, also known as Kirkpatrick Dam, reduced the spring-fed, swift-flowing Ocklawaha River upstream from the tidal St. Johns River estuary to a length unsuitable for striper spawning. And I think it's a lousy thing that we put in a dam. We had a native spawning population in the St. Johns. The only place they could spawn was the Ocklawaha, because they had been recorded as far up as Moss Bluff and Silver Springs. They were in the St. Johns River. They only had one place they could spawn, this river right behind me. We will still catch largemouth bass out of this river when that dam is gone. I've caught thousands from the river itself. I've caught more largemouth bass out of the Ocklawaha River than anywhere else I've fished in my life. Out of all those largemouth bass, have I ever caught a striped bass above the dam? No. They should be in here.
To restrict an area and reduce the species of fish makes no sense. It makes no sense to support an area like that out of the taxpayer's pocket when it serves no purpose that is a purposeful gain. I see now the birds of prey are not in this area as they used to be. The fish, the migratory fish, are not here coming up the river to help support them. To free the Ocklawaha up, let the mullet run back, let them go up the Ocklawaha, let them go back out in the ocean to spawn instead of be stuck up in here and not be able to reproduce. To say Rodman is the only place in the Ocklawaha produces fish, I got family pictures of stringers. I got my uncle showing a bass that would be on close to a state record, and of course, I don't know what they did. I'm sure they ate it. I started fishing when I was 3. I just bugged them till they handed me a cane pole and let me fish, and first thing I did was swat Mom right off the barge right into a deep hole in the river. So I thought I was in deep trouble, but they were laughing at her so much because she didn't even get her hair wet that I sort of escaped in trouble. So I still get to fish.